Hiya, 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 hello, how you doing? So walking on the beach again, as one does when you live next to the beach. So today I want to talk about something. I saw someone talking about this, I can't remember who or when or where, but basically what would I say to myself if I could go back in time to when I was 30? What advice would I give to myself back then? I think the first thing I would say is invest in your health for the future. Like an investment. It's like if you start at the age of 30, before things start going downhill health-wise, less alcohol, less cigarettes that I didn't smoke anyway, but less anything that's sort of like abusive to your body. Consider your body like as if you're putting money into a bank for the future, for your retirement. So your body is a retirement fund, and you got to look after that retirement fund. Yeah. So when you get to my age, 65, you're going to be strong, fit, have a body of someone who's still in their 30s, and not do what I did. You know, sort of like party a lot, drink and eat a lot, put on a bit of weight, and get to 30 and get to 62 and get cancer. So although that could happen to anyone, I mean, it's not a complete dead certain science that you're going to get it because you abuse of, you know, substances and whatever, but it does help if you kind of put, you know, luck on your side, you know. Invest in that, do sport, keep moving all the time as well. That's another thing I would say. Keep doing sports and stuff like that, don't stop. That's one thing I did do. I never stopped. I kept running, I kept skating, I kept doing stuff that was good for me, and that was a good investment. I'm quite slim at the moment. I've lost a few. I put on some weight. Sorry about changing the camera. My arms aren't that strong anymore. I'm holding up a small iPhone. But anyway, going back to what I was saying. Yeah, I lost weight over the last couple of years, so that was, you know, because I put weight on during hormone therapy and chemo and all that. Where a lot of people lose weight, I put weight on because it's a different kind of treatment. For prostate cancer, you put weight on because of the hormone therapy and stuff like that, and then chemo wasn't long enough for me to lose weight because people get thin on chemos because they're doing extensive chemo. They do it for a year or two, you know, on and off, and that's where that really takes its toll. Whereas I only did it for 4 months, and then I've been on hormone therapy for 3 years. And so the weight problem, I've done a video on that. But anyway, I've lost a couple of kilos over the last 10 days because I've been fasting again. And that's another video as well. But anyway, going back to the subject, which is what would I do? What would I say to myself? That is one of the main things I would say. You can always say things like, yeah, enjoy yourself whilst you can, whilst you're young, go out. That's not so easy to do because when you're young, you quite often haven't got any money. So you're basically out there trying to get, you know, trying to make a dollar, trying to get there, trying to make it and all the rest of it. I would definitely put money aside for rainy days. That is a good thing because you never know what's around the corner. I mean, I lost it all a couple of times, so having money aside is very, very good. Have what you call like a mattress to fall on, you know. That would be something I would tell myself, definitely. And yeah, and be you know, more family orientated, with the family back in the UK, go back more often to see my parents more often. And yeah, so that's the sort of thing I would say to myself. I'll come back if I think of anything else, but at the moment I'm walking in the sun, and it's actually a lot better than yesterday. As you can hear, the wind is not as strong as it was yesterday. It was really blowing, and the wind and the sea was rough. Now it's beautiful. So yeah, trying to think of other things I'd say to myself. Going back in time, as you can see, this is seriously scripted video, you know. I mean, I've got it all written out with the prompter. Not at all. I'd never do that. I don't think I can't see what the point is of doing that. But yeah, I wouldn't worry so much as well about problems, because you know, problems, you always there's always a solution. And yeah, I would not prognosticate as much as well. I would, no, is it prognosticate or pronosticate? I can't remember what the word is. I'll find it, I'll put it up here. It's when you put everything off to tomorrow. I definitely would adopt what I have in the last 5-6 years, is doing something straight away. If it needs doing, do it now. Don't wait till tomorrow to do it. So don't put stuff off that you can do straight away. And another thing as well to say to myself is be true to yourself. If you are working in or creating in something or doing something creative, you need to make it as honest as possible, right? So you need to give you an example, in the music industry, I was doing stuff for other people all the time, and it was stuff I didn't really not like that much, you know. It wasn't the music that I liked, so my heart wasn't in it. If you do stuff that you really like, you really enjoy doing, you'll do it better. Yeah. So if you do it better, that's gonna have like a knock-on effect where your art is going to be honest, and people are going to feel that whatever you do, if it's painting or music or whatever, they'll feel the honesty in what you're doing, and that will shine through, and people will then kind of like, you know, pick up on that, and it will move forward, and then that'll have a knock-on effect, like a snowball effect, and things, because that will bring more attention to you, you'll get more work through it. So eventually that will pay off, staying honest to yourself and just doing, you know, the things that you really think are creatively important to you, you know. That's definitely something I'd say back to myself back then, back when I was 30. 1990 I was 30. That's crazy, 1990. I mean, if you think about 1990, when in 1990 is 35 years ago. In 1970 I was 10. 35 years before that, we were it was the war. Yeah, 35 minus 75 is 1945. It's the end of the war. And like for me, you know, 35 years ago was nothing. It feels like it a couple of weeks ago. Well, maybe a bit longer, but you know what I mean? It's really weird when you think about like how, you know, that distance in time is kind of weird. But anyway, anything else apart from do more swimming, do more walking on the beach, do more traveling? That's the thing I would do. Even at the time I couldn't afford it. We couldn't afford to travel, but I think you should travel anyway. It doesn't matter if you've got money or not. You should just, you know, hitchhike around or do something daring like that. But I know when you're 30, you kind of like starting family up, and you've got responsibility, so it's a lot harder to do. So you've got to stay a bit pragmatic about it, I suppose, as well. But anyway, that's the advice I got so far. If I come up with anything, I will come back to this video. If not, like, subscribe and all that kind of stuff. In fact, I'm gonna have to put this at the beginning of the video. It's like you got to subscribe and like to this channel, because it's a brilliant channel. It's fantastic. Catch you later.